So I have an honest question for the Maga. You all openly said that you were voting for Donald Trump for a number of reasons, mostly because you said you hated immigrants. But you claimed that he was going to bring down grocery and gas prices, which he has since said that he's not going to do. And now you guys are claiming he never said that. You also praised the fact that you said that we were respected around the world under him and that we had no new wars. When not only did every single country in the UN laugh their ass off at Donald Trump when he was president, but now every other country hates us too. Because he hasn't even taken office yet, and he's already made enemies out of Canada, Denmark, Greenland, and Panama. In fact, he promised no wars when he was promising those low prices that he's since gone back on. You guys also kept claiming that Donald Trump was going to cut your taxes, even though he raised them on you in 2017 when he cut taxes for billionaires and corporations. You guys were all putting these stupid signs all over your front yard. Whereas now, when you actually look at the comparison between their two policies, Kamala Harris's tax plan was to cut taxes for everyone making under $300,000 a year. He would then raise taxes on millionaires. Trump's plan, however, was exactly the opposite, to raise taxes on everyone who was not a millionaire, just like he did in 2017. So this is the tax plan we're going to be getting under Donald Trump, where the millionaires get a whole bunch of tax cuts, and all the rest of us get our taxes raised again. So if you're one of the people who put this sign in your front yard before November 5th, you should be feeling like the world's biggest dumbass right now. And you should also be feeling similarly if you thought he was going to have no wars, because he's currently threatening military action in order to expand the US, which means conquer other sovereign nations, if they don't hand over Greenland and Panama to him. You claimed you were voting for a guy who was going to lower your prices and lower your taxes, and you got a guy who's going to raise your prices, raise your taxes, and tries to conquer the globe like Genghis Khan. Tell me how that's putting America first. He's already broken every single promise that he made to you during the campaign, and he hasn't even taken office yet. I want to know, now that it's been proven that you are gullible and that you fell for every single one of his lies, again, I want to know if you're going to double down on that for the next 4 years and pretend it's not happening, or if you're finally going to admit that you're a sucker. You were promised the world, and you were given absolutely nothing. In fact, he's starting to take things from you, like your rights, and your job, and your bonuses, and your pay raises, and your pension, and your Social Security, and your Medicare, and your health care. You basically voted to have your life ruined on purpose. So was it worth it? Because you all love to claim that we have a horrible economy under Joe Biden when we have the strongest economy in the G7. Yet you voted for a guy whose tariffs and deportations are going to skyrocket our inflation and our unemployment. Remember all those things that Donald Trump promised you last time he was in office and how he didn't deliver on a single one of them? Remember how you still continue to worship the ground he walks on? Not to mention his endless insane rants that I'm sure you've been hearing for the last 2 months. There's a reason we've been calling you a cult for so long. The shoe fits way too comfortably. And now, aside from threatening our allies and other sovereign nations, his greatest accomplishment is that he wants to rename the Gulf of Mexico. How does that in any way help you economically? The time has come for all of you gullible MAGA to finally admit that you were wrong, to finally admit that you've been gullible suckers for almost a decade because you had nothing but fealty to this con man. And you should probably finally admit that you're not patriots. You've been worshiping a treasonous authoritarian asshole who's in the pocket of Russia. And for those of you who have parents or grandparents who are veterans and fought in World War II, just know that they would be incredibly disappointed in you, because you're fighting on the side of the bad guys. And in your endless childish quest to own the libs when you have no actual solid ideology of your own except hate, you've not only ruined your own life, but the lives of everybody else in this country. The one reward you should receive from this is an anvil hanging around your fucking conscience for the rest of your goddamn life.